Hello guys, Garcia here. Welcome back to the Clan Quest mod. So let's continue here guys. So we just did all of the quests here at the Empire Arms. So we just need to deliver one of the quests to Venus. We need to do the Patty quest too, right? I don't think we talked to her yet. We didn't have enough persuasion for that, right? And we also need to do the Larry quest. I think we can do it with 4 persuasion. Would be great if I had 5 going into there, but we'll see. Oh, the Peacemaker. So stuff has been going down here, apparently. Alright, so first of all, oh yeah, I also need to remember about the hacking of the apartment 3's computer. I think it's apartment 3, right? The one before the Haven. The one that has the jewels. I mean the password jewels. Hey, Patty.
I knew you'd talk to me.
Oh, she's so annoying.
I swear you were all like totally drawn to me. I'm surprised I don't know you. I usually meet all the LA vampires out on the scene. Not a lot of you out tonight, which is weird because I don't know of any parties going on.
Alright, so I have no idea who are you talking about?
No, come on. It's totally cool. I'm Patty. Seriously, everyone knows me. Besides, I just wanted to ask you if you've seen someone.
Fine. Who?
His name is Kent Allen Ryan. He's a Toreador. Really good looking, dresses really well, like all Prada usually.
So I do know him. I saw him recently.
You are totally awesome. Now it just goes to show you that you don't have to dress cool or have a lot of power to be a cool person. So, where is Kent?
He's so annoying and she's still pain in the ass. So he went to San Diego for some business deals.
Oh, that is totally Kent. He's so like that. I better go find him. He needs my help to do anything. Thanks again.
Alright. Yeah, no problem. Just drive down there. He'll be looking for you. Alright, so we don't need to make Patty go to the belly of the beast anymore because obviously we were already able to get the CDC quest, so I don't want to take another punishment here.
There you are. Finished yet?
Yes.
What? Yeah, I can't hear you! Let's talk in my office!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Boris?
Dead.
Is that Boris's blood?
Yes.
Guess we're partners then. If you only knew what I had to do over the years to keep this place open. Tell you what, partner. Come in every few days and I'll give you your cut. Here's tonight's. I've got some money to make us. I'll hold your share of the profits. Don't forget to drop by and scoop them up once in a while,
Oh yes, you'll see me again and often, don't worry. No reason to give her suggestions because I don't think she would ever accept them. Alright, so annoying Patty is gone. We also completed Venus's final quest here. So yeah, the number of quests that we can do here in downtown is dwindling fast, which is a problem because of the persuasion thing. That said, I don't really need persuasion in Grout's Mansion, to be honest. I really don't. So it's not like something that I need like right now. But I do need to put a point in. Yeah, that's a weird one. Finance right now, because I have 1 point here, right? So if I put 1 there, I'll have 2. With this one, I can go to 3. That said, I don't know if Larry will give me the 4th point or not, because I usually don't put points in finance, as I told you guys. But only 3 is like not like that big of a deal. So I'll think about it. Alright, so we have the Larry quest. We need to go to the last round. We need to give one of the quests back to Damsel, right? Alright, we already did the hospital. Yeah, so really there's not a whole lot of things to do left. before we go to the Grout's mansion. Well, I almost went to the Chantry for some reason, and yeah, these guys are stuck forever. They remind me of the twin cops of Hellraiser 4, I think. That's still to this day one of the most brutal fates I've ever seen a character in a horror film have delivered to them. Just absolutely brutal. Alright, so I'm still trying to think, like there's something else that I'm forgetting here. Maybe like I skip the quest and I'm not remembering which one. It's bothering me. Scout, yeah.
What's up?
I took care of the petty problem.
Good work. And ghouls ain't nothing but trouble if you ask me. It's a weakness, pure and simple.
Okay. So I'm always down with the Anarch cause. Okay.
Hey there, kiddo. What's up?
What's up? So I wanted to ask some more questions.
Sure thing, kiddo. Fire away.
Okay, so tell me about the Camarilla.
Oh, my favorite topic.
I knew it would be. So what do you think of the Camarilla ideals?
Don't think the Camarilla has a monopoly on those ideals, okay, kid? No one is arguing over that shit, and if they tell you that's what this fight is all about, then they're really giving you the full fist. You hear me?
Okay. So that number 2 answer is just so terrible. So what is it all about?
The Camarilla protects the people running the Camarilla. That's it, the end. The rest of them are bloody gristle for the machine.
So who runs the whole thing?
Doddering old dust farts. They might be powerful as all hell, but who knows? They're too afraid to stick their heads out of their hidey holes. And why should they? This whole huge system is built so they don't have to.
So is LaCroix one of the inner circle?
Not one of the bigs, but he ain't out risking his ass in the street, that's for sure. LaCroix has ambitions of joining that inner circle. Delivering Los Angeles in their pocket would look killer on a resume.
Oh, absolutely. Let's not use the first one either. Yeah, he definitely wants the corner office.
Ah, to hell with LaCroix. I blasted better vampires' brains all over the wall. He's not the prince, he's a prince.
So you've dealt with princes like him in the past?
He's a typical Ventru asshole. Predictable, safe, no imagination. Ah, man, the guy's a pussy. He just got lucky he showed up in LA at the right time.
Alright, so what do you know about the sheriff?
Oh, the sheriff, yeah. I love how everyone's talking about that big mystery. It's like someone embraced a doped-up gorilla.
So, do you have a problem with the whole Camarilla or just the leadership?
I'm not saying let's go torch the Malkavian living under the abandoned hotel because she happens to be a Camarilla. I'm saying let's change that shit from the top down.
Okay, so how do you know who's the bad guy then?
Camarilla membership is 95% victims, 5% evil bastards. But make sure and understand, any of those victims points a gun at me, they get drained and slaughtered like sheep.
Alright, so what about me? Am I part of the problem or what?
Hey man, you do what you gotta do to survive when you're young. But there comes a time when that excuse don't fly no more. When you should know better and want to do something about it.
So I don't think I'm there yet.
That's why you're sitting here listening. School's in, kiddo.
Alright. So maybe the Camarilla has a point. There's nothing wrong with discipline.
Beware the protection of wolves.
Oh yes. So we'll come back later to talk more with Jack about other stuff.
Time's up.
Nothing.
Come around in a few nights if you're still alive. Maybe I'll have time again. But I
So
doubt it.
about Paul, his dad, for a few days, it wasn't pretty.
We told him to burn the blood and go to the hospital. Said he thought he'd get over it. Men are stubborn that way. This proves the plague bearer's gotta be found.
Okay, so the plague bear is dead.
Right on. Except we dusted a second one over near the convention center. They're part of some doomsday cult, apparently. No telling how many there are, but it's open season on all these sick sons of bitches.
Okay, so I'll start looking them. So there you go. So I don't think the fight against the brother that I always forget his name, either Canker or Cranker or whatever. I don't think the fight against him is going to be that difficult. Oh, but I definitely need to feed first. Oh, this situation here is not good. Just Yeah, he went a little bit past the point of helping me here. You know what? Whatever. I'll just fit on the rats down there. Hopefully that's enough. So here's the lady. The aluminum cans lady.
Get away from me!
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. So I need to ask you about the sickness that's been plaguing the homeless.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe you. You're after my aluminum cans, aren't you? Well, you're not gonna get them. Just get away!
What? You don't remember me? So I'm your friend from the homeless shelter?
Ah, okay. All I know is that old Tin Can Bill, he's been jabbering about some kind of monster that took him somewhere and got him sick. And that's all I know, okay? And that's all I'm saying.
Alright, so where's this Tin Can Bill?
Well, you can usually find him down in his alleyway, just across from that bar over there.
Okay. So yeah, in this playthrough, we will not be able to heal him like in the last one, so...
Take a walk, pal.
I love that, like, a random homeless guy actually has a random line for a random, like, just passerby from the game here.
Who's there, huh? Old Bill can't see too good these days. Is that you, Fred? I ain't got no booze tonight, so you may as well get the hell out of here.
So, it's not Fred, Bill. I heard that you can tell me why everyone is getting sick.
Yeah, I might be able to. But I'm awful thirsty tonight, mister. Could you spare $5 for a man who's been down on his luck?
Okay, sure. I'll give it to you right after we talk.
Thank you much. I'm going to have to go pick up some hooch. For medicinal purposes, you know. Now, I know you ain't going to believe old Bill, because I've been telling my friends and the cops and everyone since it happened. And people just say that it's the hooch talking and nothing more.
So it's alright. I'll believe you, Bill. You look so terrible that it's hard to not believe you.
There's a monster, you see. Monster with his face all twisted and ugly, teeth longer than your finger, and these eyes, piss yellow and full of hate. I've never seen eyes like that before. Still giving me bad dreams.
So what happened?
He grabbed me, threw me over his shoulder, took me to the bad place, the dark place. Oh, God, the smell. Worse than anything I've... And then he bit me. My neck. Oh, God, it was horrible. Don't remember too much after that. Blacked out and woke up here in my alley. Haven't been feeling too well since then.
So, Bill, I need to know where the monster took you. Oh my God, he's so terrible. This is just so difficult.
Came up through the sewers, he did. Just around the corner there. Don't want to go back to the bad place, friend. Don't let the monster come back and take me there.
So, Bill, stay with me. Everything's going to be alright. Or not. There you go. Don't worry, Bill. Someone's going to pay for this. Oh, man. Poor Bill. But yeah, he was such a horrid state that... But it's rough because I had a teacher once that he died from tuberculosis. I don't know how to pronounce that in English, I'm sorry. But you guys know what I mean, right? That old school disease that attacks the lungs. And which is also something that similar to what killed my father, really, because my teacher had he smoked for a long time, so he already had damaged lungs, you know. So you know when the person has the lungs and the throat so damaged that they can't talk normally like they used to, you know what I mean? So he would cough, and he would be the entire day talking like this, you know, like he was putting a lot of effort into like concentrating to be able to actually talk, you know what I mean? So it was very rough to hear. Because every time I hear someone coughing a lot or having trouble breathing, I start to think about my own breathing immediately. Jesus Christ. And that makes it difficult to concentrate on anything else. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's like when you are sleepy, or when you are not sleepy, rather, and there's someone sleeping next to you, and they start just yawning, you know, just, and you start getting sleepy too. It's the same thing. I'm pressing C so much here because C is the crouch button in another game that I'm playing right now, and Control is the one that I had to redirect the shortcut. If you guys remember, I had a problem with that the last episode. So now Control is the stealth button. Alright, so let's see what Brother Cranker has to say.
Following the smell of entrails and rotting flesh. Looking for a free meal, little bloodsucker. There's meat galore in my kingdom.
So who the hell are you?
Brother
Canker. There you go.
High Lord in the diseased halls of the dead. Look around you. The blood, the bloated bodies, the maggot-riddled mortal shells. These are the signs, the coming of a new age.
So what the hell are you talking about?
The doors have been opened, the seals broken, and the final steps into the abyss. The terrible mysteries of the ninth circle.
So why are you feeding on the homeless?
They are the weak, sick, hopeless. I bring them a new purpose.
I love that
the other vessels
reasoning.
Of darkness, carrying the diseased truth in their veins.
I bring them a new purpose. Awesome. So Brother Canker, you mean the Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle?
The Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle. The darkest dawn is almost upon us. Come, join us in these last nights, spreading our disease upon the earth, sharing this unholy communion with our human herd.
So I don't know what you're talking about, but I've heard enough.
Come, join the disciples who have gathered here, floating in their own putrescence. I will show you the mysteries of our brotherhood as I feed on your flesh.
Oh, brother. Alright, so let's see if presence. Yeah, as I thought. Presence 4 is enough to deal with this guy. This is one of those storylines in the game that was not like completely like fully explored. Like I wish we had like a longer quest here in the sewers, not like the Wardens I mean, but like a longer quest in which we found more of the people that were involved, you know? To go deeper a little bit. But as I always say, it's very hard to complain about what is and what is not in this game because for the most part it was basically unfinished. Not basically, it was unfinished. So here. Come on, guy. One thing that's a problem with the new color scheme of the Toreador here on the Clan Quest mod is that I'm not sure exactly which armor I'm wearing. So I need to recheck on occasion to see if I can recognize that that's like the level 2 clothing, level 3, and so on and so on. Okay, so let's jump over this. Damn it. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Not every time. There we go. Do we have more rats here? Oh yeah, we have one here. Alright, so with this, Oh yeah, no, I need to do the brother Vic thing first. Again, I'm pressing C all the time. Just used to it by now. It's either C or Shift in most games. So if I don't play like Vampire for a while, if I'm playing something else that requires me entering stealth mode more, that shortcut will just override the other ones in my brain. So I always do like this instead. Okay, so I know where to go here. So the idea here is you take the flyer and you go inside and you talk to Damsel, and she's going to say like, oh, I saw this symbol in one of the buildings. So there's no need to go back there. Oh, my dream is to see a mod one day use this. This looks so awesome. Could totally do like an investigative stealthy quest here in this hotel. It's so cool. And yeah, poor bastards will be joined forever. Okay, so it's symbol. Hey, brother.
What's up, brother? You enlightened?
Yes, there you go.
I see. Welcome to the Brotherhood. The bishop will see you upstairs.
Sure. So I don't know if actually Vic can cause me trouble here. It's been a while since I did the run with this particular build here, so I don't know. We'll see. Odds are no, but the shotgun could be a problem, as always. Hey.
Did you get summoned? You're going upstairs to see the bishop.
Yes, summoned.
You're new to the Brotherhood, huh? Just got enlightened. I've been here a few days. When the bishop wants to see you, you'll be summoned, and then you go up these stairs up to the temple.
I see the temple. What goes on up there?
I don't know. I mean, I hear things, but I haven't been summoned. I had a friend snuck up there a few days ago. Said she saw things, bad things. Yeah.
So what? So what did she see?
Blood. She said, blood everywhere. She saw a few of the summoned. Tried to talk to them, but they just stared at her with these blank looks, you know. One of them started reaching for her, and she ran away.
All right, so I'm sure you'll be summoned soon, and then you can join her.
Yeah. I know. The bishop said we have to shed our earthly fears on our journey to the ninth circle, but I'm scared to go upstairs. I just want to go home. You know, I want to go home.
I see. So don't worry. You don't have to worry about the bishop anymore. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so with that, should be good enough to go. I mean, no way I'm going to take this long to find the bishop, but hey. You guys know me, I have a gigantic difficulty in, like, memorizing anything, but this place is so straightforward that it's, like, almost impossible to get lost here. See it? See it? Damn it. Oh, that was a delayed hit there. You guys saw that? I actually hit the guy, or didn't hit the guy, the person, I don't know. And then, on the kickback, when I was like redrawing my weapon after I missed, he actually went flying. So that was like the definition of like a delayed hit. I have no idea what happened there. Just, oh man. That threw me off my game completely here. Alright, see it. But man, that was funny. Where's the ring? Got it. Doesn't matter. Hey, lady. Okay, so there goes my entire presence bar. Okay, so I think after defeating Vic here, we already have full presence. Awesome, before the Larry quest, which is exactly what I wanted. Right? Welcome,
brother. I see you have been enlightened. Are you searching for something? Do you seek the truth? You've come to the right place, brother. We got more truth here than we can handle.
I don't know what's happening, but the timing seems off. You guys notice that? So, are you the leader of the Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle?
They call me Bishop Vic.
Oh, it's back.
Shepherd of the Damned. Your midnight guide through our last days here on Earth. Do you feel it, brother? The curtain being drawn back at last. Drawn back by my hand. By the Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle.
Last days here on Earth? Are you talking about Gehenna?
Gehenna. Judgment Day, the apocalypse again. Brother, you are too indoctrinated into the antiquated beliefs of this material world. There is no rhyme or reason. No all-powerful and terrible gods who watch over their children. You talk of disease. What about the disease that you and I both carry? Our flesh remade into nothing more than an abomination, feeding on our brothers and sisters like so many cattle. What god watched over me when that demon tore into my neck and made me into this monster you see before you? No, brother. There is no god who would tolerate such a thing. And so I have become God. And the diseases I carry to the masses will bring about an end of my own making. Until we have all journeyed below into the Ninth Circle.
Man, this whole dialogue here is so like enthralling. I forgot how interesting this shit is. So this character and these dialogues here are so underrated. It's a shame that he's involved in like one quest, which is this quest here. If you had more like of a quest line involving this guy, if you could even like infiltrate the cult and work for him, that would have been so insanely awesome. So I understand your feelings about being a vampire, because I kind of agree. So, but this is no way to deal with it.
The time for words has come and gone, my brother. You and I will take those last steps together and see what truth lies behind the curtain. Let the night fall forever on this cursed earth, and let the fruits of my labor bring a long and bloody harvest.
Alright, so bring it on. 3 should be enough. I don't think he's going to damage me a whole lot. Yeah, not really. Oh, come on, don't be annoying, dude. You got stuck somewhere. Perfect. Come on. Yeah, so the damage is not amazing, but yeah, we'll give it to him. This guy is actually so interesting that I wouldn't mind like having a bad ending in this game, but following this guy to see where it would lead eventually, you know what I mean? Just to see if his vision was really had really like some sort of realistic horizon. Just to see if eventually something would change, you know what I mean? In the vampiric society here, at least in LA. That's what I mean by like a lost opportunity, you know? Alright guys, there you go. After all the work of the last few episodes, we did it. So now, we just need to focus on putting points wherever we need them. Instead of like putting everything in one place. Okay, so I need to feed, for sure. So I cannot deliver my quest right now. The problem is feed on who. Kinda have a problem here. Yeah. Well, I already found this guy. I'm going to kill him if I do it again. Oh, lady. I'm sorry. But it has to be you. I have a choice. I'm going to tell you guys a story. It's a super random story, but it's a very interesting one. Here in Brazil, a few years back, not a few, like a fair amount of years back already, there was a girl that was like 20-something years old, and she got very popular in the media and with like feminist organizations because she decided by her own like decision. So basically, not because she was forced into it, but because she decided to do it. She decided to become a prostitute to kind of like explore her sexuality, and because she enjoyed having sex with different people, so she decided to, you know what, I'm going to work on that and I'm going to go public with it. And then she became kind of a beacon for the feminist movement, like she by her own choice doing this and all that stuff. And I always found that whole thing disgusting. Not because I have a problem with prostitutes or anything like that, I don't. But the problem is like basically you removing the victim aspect of it all. More than 95, I would say 98% of all the prostitutes that have ever lived did that because they had no other option, because they were desperate, they didn't have an education, they had broken homes, you know, they lived in like the Middle Ages or something, and they only had their bodies to offer because they were not educated. No one was back then, so only like the priesthood and the rich people. So you know, so they started to like glorify the whole prostitution thing as like a choice, when in reality most prostitutes in the world right now would give like a leg and an arm to be able to stop if they had an option, you know what I mean? So I always found that disgusting. So I randomly remembered that because of the whole Vic quest. Just popped into my head. I don't know how to try to say this, but my stance, the way that I think about stuff is always like, don't forget that other people suffer too. Don't calculate for yourself, or like don't make the calculations in your head and decide how much a person should be suffering in a certain situation. You don't know. Even if it was another person with your own life, the same exact things, the level of suffering would not be the same, because different people go through different things and like survive and deal with stuff differently, you know what I mean? So that's the problem that I had with the whole thing, was like people going, oh, so that is not that bad then because they can do it by choice, you know what I mean? When in reality, most of those people didn't want to do that, you know, were forced into it. So that's basically it. Sorry about the tangent, but I just remembered that and I thought it was important or relevant to bring it up. Hey!
Hello, neonate. How can I be of assistance? Of course.
I solved the problem with the epidemic.
You have? Impressive, young one. What exactly was the source of the epidemic?
So it was a blood cult headed by a vampire named Bishop Vic, a plague bearer.
Tell me of this so-called bishop.
This is probably the dialogue that I like the least in the game. I don't dislike it, but I wish I could like give him like at least like 3 lines explaining what the guy said, you know, because it was so deep. He wanted to bring about the end of the world.
I see. That end may very well be upon us. But to business. I have a debt to pay you for your services.
Okay, yes you do.
If you so desire, I can give to you a unique talisman that might be of use in the future. If that does not interest you, I can compensate you with hard currency. You decide.
Oh, I'll take the item you're talking about.
A wise decision, neonate. True power lies not in wealth, but in the things it affords you. I hope this object serves you well.
Okay, thanks, Max. So we'll talk about Camarilla and stuff. Oh, I got a new achievement. So Camarilla Cleaner. So sided with the Camarilla to complete the Plague Bear quest. Okay. So later we'll come back and talk to him about different things. I'm trying to, as I told you guys, I'm trying to stagger the dialogues a little bit. So like to not make every episode like 100% dialogues, because then what would be the point, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to do like 50-50. From Hollywood onwards, there's not going to be a whole lot of dialogues anymore. So we are only going to have a ton of dialogues again when we reach East LA. But those will be mostly new for the most part anyway. So even if you already played, you might not have listened to them for the longest time. So it's going to sound fresh. And man, the voice acting of the entire East LA chapter, the Sabat chapter, is just so good that you don't even feel it, you know? Hey, damsel.
Ugh, can't.
Ugh. All the plague bears are dead?
You killed all of them?
Yes.
You. Huh. So I guess you want me to thank you or something?
Yes, absolutely.
Damn it. Thanks, okay? Well, cool for now, but just don't go bragging to everybody about it.
Alright, so kindred or kind, I just wanted to help the community.
Righteous. You know, you just may have an anarch soul. I'll let you chew on that, Cammy. Some of the boys might have overheard our conversation and gotten the impression I've gone soft. Somebody in this joint's gotta lack the restraint to keep their mouths shut.
So, alright. Maybe, see you, damsel. So let's see what she has to say about some things here.
Yeah?
So, oh, let's keep the number one there. Cannot use that one. So tell me about Knight.
No one like him in this world or the next. He's to the anarchs what George Washington was to the colonies, what Ho Chi Minh was to Vietnam. He is the LA anarchs personified. He's a great leader, and yet he's humble. I died.
Oh my god. So I owe him my life. Seems like one of the only decent people I've ever met. I've met yet.
Like him in the Camarilla or otherwise. Anything else?
It's funny that our answer is one of the most like decent people, which is funny that he referred to like a vampire as like people. So your thoughts on LaCroix?
Who the hell does he think he is, coming into town claiming Camarilla authority over the city? We kicked them out 60 years ago. It's like England coming back and telling the U.S. how they should do things. Fuck LaCroix.
She loves her history references here. So I had no idea the Annex had been controlled that long.
Yeah?
What about Jack?
Jack? Jack's Jack. Kind of a legend amongst anarchs. There's not an anarch in the world who wouldn't stand in rock star awe of Jack. Even the Camarilla doesn't mess with him.
Really? I had no idea. So Jack's one of the cooler people I've met.
He's been around a long time. He used to be a pirate, so the rumor goes. Talk to Jack. He's never short on chat.
I'm sure this Jack guy must have like such a deep lore in the annals of the World of Darkness story. So tell me about the Anarchs.
We are about passion, Cammy, and freedom. Things most Camarilla types just can't understand. I could go on, but Skelter says it takes too long to get me off my soapbox. Ask him. Or even Jack.
No, go on. Tell me what you think.
I mean, geez, it just makes sense. Power should be redistributed amongst all of us, not just the few. Communism would actually work for Kindred, where it fails with humans. It's just common sense, you know?
So I did have a question about something else.
Yeah?
Your thoughts on the Camarilla? Oh, there she goes.
It's a sham, a pyramid scheme. Nothing but musty, withdrawn elders waging power struggles for no other reason than to keep their own ass alive for one more century. You think you have any real power in the can? You're kidding yourself.
So I really don't understand it myself. I'm kind of new to this.
You'd be better off without them. You'll see.
Oh, probably. Maybe you're right. See you later. There you go. I think I didn't pick the wrong option there, so it should be fine. Okay, so now we can go to Grout's mansion, right? I think it's the next step. Alright, deliver the quest to both Max and Damsel. The Blood Star, okay? Blood buff, sure. Oh, no, I need to do the Larry quest, yeah. Okay. Let me actually check this. I haven't been checking this a lot. So traffic, Dr. Grout, CDC. Yeah, we're basically done. So in a weird way, even though I'm like listening to the dialogues and stuff, it doesn't feel like it has been this long. It feels kind of normal. The pacing, I mean, of the quest completions and so on. It's because I'm so strong right now because of the presence thing that I really... Oh, the garage... Wait. No, this side's quicker. Yeah. No, it isn't. Wait. So yeah, it feels like it's going pretty quick. Oh, I thought she was coming this direction. She was going to the other side. Okay. I was going to say that was an optical illusion. No, that was just like low IQ. My eyes are innocent. So yeah, I feel like the pacing is decent, especially now that we have such a high presence. I don't really need to worry about a whole lot. Yeah, we're using the correct armor. Just double check. Hey, sir. So we have had so many problems with the other mods that we played in terms of like not being strong enough for certain quests and so on. That now, finally, I am strong enough.
Hey, stop, man.
So it feels weird. Oh, the teleportation technique, huh? Oh my god. These thugs here have been developing some witchcraft. Okay. I don't know if that was my vision or if the guy really disappeared, but that's how it feels. Like he vanished in thin air. Like he used obfuscate, you know what I mean? Yeah, these guys have no choice of like resisting my feeding technique here. Because they have such a gigantic penalty. -5, I think. Okay. Alright. Alright, so far we're good. The main problem is going to be the 4th floor. But I don't think, even if they use machine guns, I would have like that much of a problem here. As you can see here by the noise, this is like a different type of weapon because of the weapons mod. That's the only other problem that we could have, is like guys with like grenade launchers and stuff. But that's what I mean when I say that in Clan Quest is the mod that makes me feel more like a vampire, is this one. When you can enter like a bunch of guys, like right in the middle of a bunch of guys that can like blast you with like heavy weaponry and you don't feel a thing. Like that's a vampire, you know what I mean? Vampire should be this powerful, that's what I'm getting at here. But obviously the main problem with the game, I already said, is that you do everything in like just a few nights instead of like spending a few years, which would make more sense. But the simple fact that the game exists as it exists is just one hell of an achievement. I talked about this before, but the timing of this game being released was so perfect in terms of culture and everything else, and gaming history and so on, that if you try to do this game today, if this game didn't exist or wasn't made back then, it would never work. Never, ever, ever work. It wouldn't be nearly as good. And also, everything would be different. So it needed to be with these types of graphics, with this type of engine, and so on and so on. So it was like a perfect storm, you know what I mean? I wish I had another figure of speech there. Yeah, that's the one I went with. Here in Brazil, all we're talking about is not anything that's happening here, which is weird. It is like the storm that's like going to engulf Florida right about now, I guess. Because that one was so like such an outlier of a storm that even other countries are talking about it, you know? Oh, here, yeah. Almost forgot. Not that like I super need this, but whatever. Yeah, so I need this quest to give me at least one more XP point. I don't think it's going to. So I might actually not deliver this quest early. I might postpone it. So I probably should do the route first, then come back here and do the... and then deliver the quest, you know? Like, this is not like super necessary at all. Just a thing that for some reason I decided that I wanted to do here. Because I usually don't put any points in finance. Especially playing with a melee character. But since Clan Quest has that, like, this system that helps you feel the finance part of the sheet, why not, you know? Okay, the Peacemaker, sure. So the good thing about this quest is that you always come out of here with your blood bar full here, so... Hey, dude. There you go, got a briefcase. So yeah, I think we're going to get only one, right? Yeah, because of the... we didn't do it stealthily. So yeah, I'm probably going to go to Grout's place first, and then I'm going to deliver the quest. To be able to raise finance. I saw recently that a couple of new games, vampire games were released. So there's that one that's called like The Cautery on New York or something like that. And there's another one, so there's 2 chapters. Now the third has been released, I think recently, if I'm not mistaken. And again, I checked on Steam, and again, they have mixed reviews. Because they have like the same old problems, and they kind of never fixed them, which is... First of all, you guys, I already talked about this. I have a problem with this, which is... I don't know why this guy didn't despawn. Weird. I have a huge problem with games that don't allow you to save. That you need to play for like 40 minutes to be able to like get a checkpoint or something. Just put the save feature in. There's no reason not to, you know. So that's one of the problems. And the other problem is that usually they are a straight line. So you have some choices and so on, maybe different endings. But they are not like that different, you know what I mean? So you don't feel like your choices mattered. Which is bad for a choose your own adventure type visual novel, you know what I mean? So yeah, so basically they are in the same... They are like running in circles in terms of like development there. And recently also there was another werewolf game, if you guys didn't know, the same style, like visual novel, like the other werewolf game that they had, which is actually based on the tabletop RPG, Werewolf, the Apocalypse. So if you guys like that, check that out. But I don't know if it's good either. I wasn't like so interested in the first one, even though I do like Werewolf, the Apocalypse a lot. But the actual game, the actual story was not like engaging to me. Oh, I almost delivered the quest, I forgot. Do I need to sell something? Finance, brawl. I mean, I don't think so. Yeah. I could sell the weapons, but I'm gonna do that later. So I'm going to go back home real quick here. I want to talk to Heather one more time. And I want to drop some of the items there. Let's save. For some reason I feel like this could crash. I don't know, I just felt it. Spider sense. Alright, so let's go in a tangent about superheroes now. I don't care, to be honest. The last one I saw was like the first Avengers. It was like 2011, 12 or something like that, I don't know. And it was for something in the university actually. So it wasn't really like because I wanted to watch, you know what I mean? And I was like, that's cool, you know. And that's about it. I didn't go through the entire craze of the Marvel years or the DC. Some successes and mostly failures. I love the cartoons though. I do have the Batman cartoon in my PC right now, I'm watching. And I like cartoons like quote unquote for kids. So I like Ben 10 or like Danny Phantom, things like that. I do enjoy them. So I like the cartoons of the superheroes, but I don't like the actual movies. The movies look silly to me. It's like a bunch of guys in spandex in the middle of like New York City. It just, you feel like you should like put the hand on their shoulder and be like, dude, just go home, you know, just stop, just go do something else with your time, you know what I mean? You just feel bad for them because it doesn't make any sense. If it was like a carnival, like here in Brazil, or like a gay parade or something like that, where people already dress as something else and so on, okay, then fine. Maybe Halloween, but other than that, my god. Alright, so we have the firearms book here, right? So that one should be the dodge book. Okay. So what else do I want to put here? I don't think anything else, really. Hey, Heather.
Anything I can do for you?
Oh, no new dialogues, huh? Appearance, don't worry, wait here. Okay. No emails. Okay, so we're clean in terms of like stuff to do. But I gotta tell you, one thing that's very interesting about the Haven, which is this is a super random thing. The first time I played this, I actually got the Haven in my first playthrough because I was ass-kissing LaCroix. So I didn't trust LaCroix from the beginning of the game, obviously. So I was like, I should probably just behave here for now. I'll bide my time, and eventually I will explode, you know what I mean? Which is funny for a game in which my first playthrough, I actually went swimming with the fishes in the end, but hey. So talking about fishes, right? So when I entered here, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Because I was like, the first Haven in Santa Monica is so terrible. It's just a room, literally just a room. And a very decrepit room at that, or dilapidated. So by the time you arrive here and you get this new Haven, you enter, you're like, oh my god, they are really trying to convince me to be a good soldier here. So I guess they got what they wanted. They, in this case, look right? Nothing here, okay. But yeah, it was such a change. And you look at the fishes and like, an aquarium here, why? Just so random. And it's not like the skylines are like amazing apartments, as you can see. It's just like a small and very simple place. So nothing too crazy, you know. But yeah, you can't like judge the buildings from the outside in this game at all. Most games of the time didn't have that concept of like scale. Just like the Elder Scrolls games, you see a house from the outside, and you enter, the house is like twice as big, 3 times as big, and so on. Has like a second floor, and all of that. It's crazy. Okay, so we should be good to go here to mention the Grout's Mansion. Here. The Grout's Mansion. Here. So I'm still trying to think of something else that I forgot here, but I don't think I forgot anything else. Especially because I got so many points for presents that I might have done everything.
You. What are you doing here?
What's up?
No.
No? Are you looking into Grout's disappearance too?
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Sure. Huh? The Hogwarts symbol there. Speaking about Hogwarts symbol, they will do a new Harry Potter series, which is interesting. So when I grew up, the two things that were the biggest things were Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter were the two big fantasy. Yeah, I think in this version there's nothing special on the outside, like no dogs or something like that. I think that's an anti-tribute thing, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, back in the day, the two big things were Harry Potter, and I'm 33, so I grew up in the 90s, so those were the two. You either were in one camp or the other. So people wouldn't mix a whole lot. They would watch, but they would be like, there's no way Lord of the Rings is as good as Harry Potter, and the opposite, and so on. See ya. Oh, I should have activated presence here. I don't know why I did this. It was just a mistake. Oh, I'll just feed on the other lady, I guess. Hey, dude. Okay. So, because there was this divide between the fandom, I kind of had to pick a side, so I picked Lord of the Rings just because I played a lot of tabletop RPGs from like 8 to like 16 or something.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings.
So I'll try to shut up
to
so we can
witness
listen
for
to the
my
dialogue here.
supernatural longevity. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular, of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse 50 years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition.
That's taking a while. Let's just keep it for the next one.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychoses, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humors, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing at perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized. Like a newborn babe discovering the sky. I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this hunt, I fear, may never be replicated.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting part of the dialogue there. I really like that one. Because one comment that I got a few months back, I think, was talking, no, actually it was like a few weeks back, was talking about the Malkavians. They usually, the curse of the Malkavians usually either potentializes something that they already have or they already had in real life. So the Malkavians usually already choose someone that has issues, so to speak, or they either like awake something that was deep within the psyche of the person, you know what I mean, like the potential for craziness, so to speak. So this feels like it was what it was for the Doctor here. He was already kind of like a deviant guy, kind of a unique dude.
Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my infector. Had I
That
been
one is a small one.
conscious, my studies proceed at a languid pace. I'm mired in a foul ennui as my wife's illness advances. My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
Hey, see you lady. So yeah, I think the idea of embracing the Doctor was basically because they already felt that they already had something, you know, so they could tap into it. Or maybe it was just random, who knows? Malkavians. Alright, so wrong. Here? No, this is the wrong one, yeah. Okay. Or maybe this is the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. Okay.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk balk for. I have accepted the role of Primogen for Clan Malkavian, the dreadfully winsome label applied to the particular strain of vampirism I suffer. So named for some supposed vampire father figure of old. More poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably drawn to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter, for I have taken this office for no greater reason than to advance my research. I must make mention, however, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were
the artifact
to what
is
must be
here.
My obvious infatuation with reason, for the devil would do well to have such honey-tongued tempters. Even so, I could not help but notice the dressing of language these vampire leaders chose for their siren song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence of empirical reason that must be an all-pervasive theme in this society of dark.
Oh, sorry. Oh man, but yeah, the linguistic thing is very interesting because it's a phenomenon that happens in every like layer of society, really, which is the idea that like every job or every occupation or every like area of research and so on has their own lingo, which basically means the same thing that you and I are speaking. That is not like a lingo, like medical lingo or like the jargons of like law and so on. So I think that is actually detrimental to society. Has never helped. Just separates people and creates like layers or castes, like in India, I guess. I don't know if caste is the correct way to. But basically separation between people who know and who don't know, people that speak that way, people that don't speak that way, and so on. Like for example, law is basically like purposefully, I think that's how you say it. It's purposefully, Jesus, that's a hard word. Complicated, you know, just because they want to protect their turf. They want law to be complicated, so they need to feel needed. And I didn't get the key for some reason. The key was there. Whatever. Just open this. So yeah, the lingo of the vampire world here. And I say the vampire world not by mistake. I'm not like confounding like the vampire world and the world of darkness. I really mean the vampire world because
as I expand my dealings with,
because obviously you have also the way that the wolves talk about the vampires, the way that the ghosts must like think and talk about them, and so on and so on. So every other group of creature who have their own lingo for the other creature, you know what I mean? So the vampires see them as like the pinnacle of the, I was going to the final night. The pinnacle of the knights in the world of darkness, you know. But that's basically the same for every other creature of the night, right? They think like they have all the answers and they're correct.
As I expand my dealings with the vampire government, I have encountered a disturbing new symptom of this affliction. Frequently, In conversation, I will hear voices emanating from other planets. Voices that are not their own, but which seem to have insight into their lives beyond what I could gather from simple conversation. These voices seem to echo from deep within my fellow vampires, and I cannot be certain if this symptom belongs to my strain of Veolis or theirs. But the voices are...
Oh, so it kind of shut down the whole thing. Yeah, that's a very interesting and like methodological way of looking at it, like a practical way of looking at the condition, which is, I don't know if this is something that I'm hearing, or if it's something that they are projecting, them knowing it or not. You know, it's such a cool way of looking at it. I'll go back and do this, but first I'm just going to clear this area first. Then I'll come back. But yeah, it's such an interesting way to not only understand the condition, but like try to discover like the symptoms and the causes and so on. Because he's coming from the angle that this is like some sort of disease, right? Or which is like a more drastic name for condition, you know? So he's using science to try to understand something that is obviously not that scientific to begin with. Okay, so I think we're fine. So that's what I said before, that I would love to have had the opportunity to actually talk to Route, like for him to be a character early in the game that later things happen to him and you decide to not only go to investigate because LaCroix told you to do so, but because you also wanted to know what was going on, you know? Maybe he was one of your mentors like Jack. It'd be very interesting. Even if it was just for the Malkavians, you know? But again, that goes into the bin of like proposals that were kind of pointless because the guys didn't have the time to even like finish what they had planned. Imagine the rest of the other things that they could have done, you know what I mean? Oh, TLDR, talk is cheap, you know, so. But it would be like such a fascinating character to talk to. Because no one in terms of like the other characters that you can meet will present you this condition as like a scientific condition, you know, like a disease or something. They will all come through the angle of the forefathers and Cain and like the antediluvians and so on, which is fine, you know, but having a guy that was like scientific about it would have been interesting. One thing that I think would have made Bloodlines even better is if we had like some sort of way to like archive stuff, like basically just like I was recently playing Call of Cthulhu. You could like basically, this is like an example, every time you hear something you get some info, or you get like a journal or a newspaper or a news clipping or something. You have like a menu that you can recheck all that stuff, you know. That would have been very interesting. But again, there goes the suggestion bin again. Oh, come on. He's not resisting. I'm just not hitting by my position here. Okay. So if this game had like a remake or remaster or something like that, the first thing that I would like to see in terms of like new menus and things of that nature would be like a place in which you could listen to all the dialogues again and all the pieces of information you got from different places and so on. Oh, sorry. I pressed twice. Okay, so.
Stop right there.
Hey, Vandal. Sorry, Vandal. Let me heal a little bit here. No reason to walk around with half health. By the way, you don't need to do this. There's like nothing that amazing here other than like the atmosphere. It's really cool. But I'm pretty sure the only thing that we have here is like a morphine bottle or something. And a jump scare if you don't know what you're expecting. Right.
They're coming.
Sure. Come on. Thank you. See you guys. Oh, come on, that's stuck. The biggest nemesis that any vampire play can have, the doors. There's nothing more dangerous than the doors in this game. Where is it? Here. Or maybe you do need to do that just to activate the phone, I guess. But I've never not done it, so I don't know. To be honest. Just feels like a piece of additional content. Like this, for example. So, the Carnival of Death. Sure. Just a single fella. Dr. Malcolm. Okay, morphine bottle. Yeah, so Anti-Tribute, I think, was the one that had a bunch of new puzzles here. If I'm not mistaken. It's kinda pointless. Yeah, if we go in the other direction here, we can get an extra morphine bottle, but I don't need it.
I am no longer safe.
I know it.
I know it. The voices have proven themselves authentic, and I have withdrawn from the Vampire Society entirely. My absence will no doubt draw attention. Composure around the ravenous eyes of my vampire peers, especially not around him. The voices compelled me to make what I fear is a Faustian bargain, but I had to, for their demands are constant and merciless. I have secluded myself within the mansion. I know he will strike out at me. He will go to any length to achieve his ambitions, and he knows it, I know.
Oh.
I have taken precautions to protect
Did I
my
get it or not?
beloved wife. Her cure will have to wait until our immediate safety is guaranteed.
No? There's a ring here, I'm trying to get it.
The mansion was constructed with security in mind, but at that time I was not privy to the full range of vampire capabilities. The voices echo in the twisted corridors of my psyche, dark whisperings of a macabre and formless menace, the approach of which portends an end to all of this.
That's probably the thing that I like the most about the Grout character. Even in his descent into madness and his suspicions, which were all correct basically, he still used the doctoral language, the fancy language that he used for his research and for his profession. It's so interesting that didn't went away, you know. Reminds me of, like, I go talking about the heroes again. Reminds me of Harley Quinn. Like I don't remember if she's like a psychologist or psychiatrist or one of the two. But yeah, she was. Oh, that's just the crazy lady that dresses like a clown that helps Joker. No, she's like way smarter than that. You know what I mean? But she keeps a part of it, and the other part is like locked away.
Lay low and be cleansed by the flames!
So I'm not Grout, you already killed him?
Grout is dead? Pity it could not be by my hand. No matter. Soon your self-made kings and false prophets and all who bear the mark of the beast will be washed from the earth for the coming of the Lord.
Okay, so who the hell are you?
As you burn, tell them it was Grünfeld Bach who sent your damned soul to that lake of fire. All agents of Satan shall return to whence they came. Let this righteous display serve as a promise to all who serve the Archfiend Lacroix. I'm coming for you, Lacroix. By the power of the Lord, I will cleanse your black soul.
This guy is very fired up. Yeah, whatever. even our character's like, sure, bro. Just. Oh man, I wish I knew what the Malkavian character answers here, but I don't play with the Malkavians a lot, so I don't know. Oh, he didn't move. That's the first time I saw that. If you guys didn't notice, there's one of those claw guys. He usually moves in the direction of the door every time. That's the first time I've ever seen that he didn't move. So I don't know if that was a bug or something like that. You play this game so long that every time you see something that you never saw before, you're like, oh! Even if it's like a super small thing, you know what I mean? Just like, isn't that interesting? Fascinating. Let's go. A reckoning is at hand. Sure. Okay, very stylish vampire. Alright guys, so we did a lot of stuff today, I think. So we only need to... wait. So we only need to deliver the 2 quests, so I need to... oh, actually, before I forget that, let me just put the point here right away. Actually, let's do that first before I go, because I'm not sure if this is even going to work, to be honest. So I need to put a point in finance, I need to use the book and then get the point from Larry, but I don't know if the point that Larry is going to give me is going to like take me to 4, you know what I mean? So I need to do this first here just to check. So if it doesn't work, it's fine. Not like I super need finance, but it's like a nice little goal to have. Okay, so I do like juggling points around. It's one of my favorite things in the game. It's just like inventory sorting, like Resident Evil 4. It's just like a thing that isn't even like the point of the game, but it's like a fun thing to do, a fun system to use. You know what I mean? Okay, so now that I saved here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the point. Then I'm going to use the book here. Then I'm going to talk to Larry.
Partner!
I got a briefcase.
Outstanding!
Outstanding,
Pass it
man.
over here, partner. Yeah, that's beautiful. Everything looks in order. Somebody somewhere got to be pissed off by losing this. Too bad I sent my man right here after him. All right, let me peel off a few bills for you. And I'll give you a discount from now on. I'll just drop this off to the new owner in the morning. Then I'm gonna get me a big old steak. Not that domestic stuff neither. I'm gonna order up 32 ounces of Kobe beef, the expensive shit. You wanna come? My treat.
I have to pass. I'm unavailable during the day. There you go.
My man.
What is up?
What is up?
So I can sell the stuff here. I'm not going to use any of these for now, so I'll keep selling them until I actually need them, you know what I mean? Okay, so we already have finance 4. That's awesome. So with the last point that we can get in the red spot in Hollywood, we'll have 5. So yeah, maxing out finance here using only 3 points. That's just a bargain if you ask me, which is funny. We maxed out finance without barely using any financial means. Very interesting. I'm going to get a violation here, but I don't think I care. Oh, the guy didn't see. Where is he? How he didn't see that? I don't know. Whatever. I'll take it. So alright, so after this, I think we only have the museum. I don't think we left any quests behind, but I could be wrong about that. Alright, so we had a small freeze there. So yeah, so this quest we are pretty far away from this one. Calling Dr. Grout. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's it. So if I forgot something, you guys tell me in the comments if I forgot like a quest or something. But I think I didn't. I think it's okay. Alright guys, so we'll continue this in the next episode. I apologize for the super long episode, but I wanted to fit all of this in one episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.